Hi everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to dive right into your reading. I like to begin my readings by saying thank you to those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, who are, liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting, commenting, interacting. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. You make this community a really rich place to be, and I'm just very grateful. So thank you. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. Come on in, sit down, put your feet up, and gosh, guys, let's dive in. Just keep in mind these are general readings. And so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, here we go for Pisces. For Pisces, please, Spirit, what's going on for Pisces? Wow. Oh, wow. I love this message, the way these two cards play together. You have on the bottom of the deck, there are no failures. Life is not about the result you gain. And then you have duality of living, feel and balance the fear and the love. First of all, when we're feeling secure and we understand that no matter what, we're open to whatever life is bringing to us and we're accepting life on life's terms, because we know that it is all happening for us. We're not wrapped up in this idea that it has to unfold a certain way. Otherwise, it's going against us or it's happening to us instead of for us. We're not attached to outcomes. We're secure. We're knowing that what life brings is what is meant for us, and that we do have the skills and the capacity to handle whatever life brings. And embracing life in this way is such a healthy and powerful position, because we aren't feeling perpetually disappointed by life, right? When we have an expectation and we have an outcome and we have my life should look like this. It should happen like this. I should be here right now. I should have already gotten this, things are never working out for me the way that I want them to. When we sit in that energy, of course, we're calling more of the same in, we're perpetuating that experience. But when we sit in the present moment and we know that whatever life brings, we're working hard to create the life that we want, right? Well, honestly, it is sort of effortless. At some point, it's like it just becomes the way you live. It's not like I'm trying, it's just that I am and I'm doing, and it does happen. It does happen. And it is kind of effortless and it is kind of fabulous. You're just sort of in the flow, and you're living a life of abundance that is full of gratitude. And it's, it may not be abundance like, oh, I drive this car, or I have these clothes, or this house, or this career, or whatever it is, something flashy or whatever. Abundance is a sense of well-being, a sense of security, and a sense of peace within ourselves. That's true abundance. And when we're in that space, everything else falls into place. Everything else kind of comes, right? Because when we're operating from a secure place, we're making decisions out of love. We're understanding the risk, but we're making decisions out of love. We're understanding that, life wouldn't present this opportunity if we weren't capable, or if it didn't hold some importance in our life. And that it is all really unfolding exactly the way that it's meant to, and that we are uniquely qualified to handle it. So this is really powerful. When you look at life, like, there are no failures. Like, everything is about the experience. Everything is providing me with some nugget of wisdom or some critical piece of information that I need in order to, fulfill my journey, or, find the answer I'm looking for in this life. Wow. Oh, Pisces, the energy of this is so freaking beautiful. Oh my God. Pisces, it's not that shit doesn't happen. And it's not that, you know, you're not ever going to come across somebody that's going to trigger you, or that, you know, you can just keep yourself safe from all experiences and never have a bad experience again. It's not that at all. That isn't necessary. When you get to a place where you cannot, what's happening around you and these melodramas, and I mean, even if someone's doing a smear campaign on you, let's say, it won't affect you. It won't bother you because you see through it. You see how small it is. And you also see how anybody that would listen to that, anybody that would participate in that is vibrationally, you know, accommodating the lowest part of themselves. They're not rising up. They're not someone that can meet you where you are and cannot go where you are going. So you don't need to concern yourself with it. You don't need to worry about it. And it's hard because the humanity in us, the ego in us wants to say, no, that's my reputation. That's my integrity. I'm going to protect it. That's my name. That's my reputation. You don't need to protect your name and your reputation among circles of people who are going where you're going and are elevating higher, because they're not a vibrational match to that smear campaign anyway. They're not listening to it. They're not, think about it. When somebody comes up to you and says something really terrible about someone, you may take it under advisement. You may keep it tucked away in your mind. But if it comes a time where you interact with that person, are you going to say, that person is what that other person told me they are? Or are you going to give them a chance to show you who they are? If you're in your ego and you're trying to protect yourself, you're going to play it small, and you're going to say, well, I have an excuse to not let this person, you know, show me who they are, just to say, okay, this is who they are. But if you are on the rise, if you are elevating, if you are committed to the highest and best version of yourself, you're going to give that person the opportunity to be seen for themselves. There is nothing so unkind as to project onto someone else who they are, like you're some expert on who they are. That's just out of fucking control. Excuse my language, but it really, like, I just find that to be deplorable. I almost feel that it is, you know, akin to like slavery and really super lower vibrational energies that are just, we don't really have space for them here in the love and the light, you know? Because you're not giving someone the freedom to be who they are. When you're like, no, this is who you are. I know who you are because someone else told me who you are. You know what I mean? That's just super, super, super low vibe. And it all of it from beginning to end comes from the ego. And there's just no room for it. But when, you know, you are secure and you know you're a person of integrity, you know who you are, you're validated from the inside out, what other people say about you really doesn't matter. And I can't stress that enough. I could give a crap less what people say about me. And I know that people say stuff about me. I know, it gets back to me. You know, but the thing is, I just don't care. I'm living my truth. I'm living my authenticity. This is who I am. I don't care. I really don't care. And so here's the thing, you know, there's just this energy around you, Pisces, where you're kind of in this vibe where, you know, you're just not a vibrational match for some of this lower vibe stuff that has been sort of happening around you, or may have even been heavily associated with your past. And you're sort of in this space of having come to a place of peace and acceptance with the past, understanding that none of that was a mistake, that all of it has left you in some way. You've been able to find the gift in every part of it, or every experience, and that you're facing forward, you know, moving on from this place of deeper level understanding and higher vibrational energy. You have compassion and innocence here. You know, innocence is, I have let it go. You know, it's that, you know, it's not that nothing bad ever happened to me or that everything always worked out. That's an impossible life scenario, right? I mean, you can look at it that way, and that's not a bad way to look at it. It's a good way to look at it. I mean, I hate bad and good, but, you know, as far as things go, there's much worse. But it's kind of this energy of like, when you're really at a place of peace with your past, and you have used every opportunity where you have been triggered by the things that are going on around you to say, yeah, no, I have a choice in this moment of whether I'm going to respond with a reaction or whether I'm going to respond with my highest and best self, which is usually no response and sometimes walking away, you know, because lower vibrational people are trying to get your response and are trying to feed off of it. I mean, that's probably an oversimplified version of it, but that's pretty much what it is. So we always have a choice. We can always look at it. It's always going to trigger us, especially if we have been gaslit in the past, or especially if we've dealt with narcissists in the past, or whatever it is. It's always going to make us feel uncomfortable, but it's what we do with that feeling of discomfort. Can we sit in it and be a little uncomfortable, but be proud of ourselves for our own behavior and say, I'm not going to react, I'm not going to give any fuel to this fire. You know, I'm just going to move on about my business. And when you make choices like that, and people can't get to you with the sort of usual lower vibrational stuff, you elevate and you move into a new cycle, you move into a new chapter, you move into a new place in your life. And with this innocence card, it's like, it says, take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. When those things can't bother you and you are focused on what is really important and you're focused on the things that are filling you up and are making you happy, maybe it's something that you wanted to pursue as a child that you never had the opportunity to because it wasn't supported in your family. Maybe it's just being able to pursue hobbies or curiosities, or just being able to kind of rediscover who you were before all of the crap hit the fan, you know, in your life. You know, whatever it is, there is this energy of a return to innocence. And part of that return to innocence is like wiping the slate clean, coming to a place of peace and acceptance with all that has been. And with this compassion, it says, be gentle with yourself. And that really strikes me as just like, be kind to yourself. Be kind with the things that you say to yourself. Be, you know, there's a quote that says like, of all the people who deserve your love and kindness, you know, you deserve it the most. You, above all other people, deserve your own love and kindness. And so it's kind of like, when looking back on your past, realizing that nothing was a failure, coming to that place of peace, releasing yourself from any sense of fear, of suffering, of going through something again, knowing that you handled it the first time, the second time, the third time. You've only gotten smarter, you've only gotten wiser, you've only gotten more discerning. You can trust yourself. And we don't want to eradicate fear completely from our life, right? Fear serves an important purpose. It alerts us to danger. But when fear gets out of whack, it finds danger everywhere. It prevents us from living our life. It prevents us from having any experience. It's like an overbearing parent, you know? Gotta put my glasses on. On the bottom of the deck, you have, in order to cope with separation from a loved one, we need to realize that spiritually, we are always connected to those we love. Neither distance nor time can separate that which is united by love. And then you're getting, your soulmate's love surrounds you at this very moment. Stop and feel it. Unconditional love glowing through the eternal flame of oneness, a spiritual union of two souls radiating light for the entire world to feel. And you're getting, life is a cycle of changing seasons. Let us welcome each new season and surrender the past with grace. Let us remember that nothing is ever lost, for all exists eternally within our hearts. Okay, Pisces, so some of you, I feel like, are in separation from someone. Some of you, I feel like, are moving into a new cycle of love. This has been coming up a lot, which is why I did the last two readings, one of new love and one of the past. It is, you know, with this one card that says your soulmate's love surrounds you at this very moment. Stop and feel it. Love is an energy, and it never stops. It never ceases being, you know, and you know, it is whenever we tap into that feeling of love, or that space that we hold for ourselves, for the other. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. 3 6s. 3 6s, Pisces, with the world on the bottom. Pisces. I was about to say 2 6s, and then I flipped over the Lover's card. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Pisces. Queen of Wands on the bottom for that row. Shoot, you're not going to be able to see the bottom row. I'll have to scoot them up. That is too many. Wow. Pisces, you start off your reading with 4 straight 6s. You are coming into harmony or unity with a soulmate here. You got the Lovers and the 6 of Cups. This is, man, oh man, oh man. I'm definitely getting, for some of you, this is a past situation that's coming back around or getting a new opportunity, especially with the 9 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. For others of you, this is you moving on from a past situation into something new, meeting someone new, connecting with someone new, syncing up with someone new. This is a powerful connection. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio, a Cancer, a Gemini, or a fixed sign, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. Here are some of the vibes that I'm getting right off the bat. For some of you, this is like with the Six of Swords to the Six of Wands, I keep getting this impression right there of, you know, I'm just trying to come to a place of peace. I'm just trying to navigate my own ship and be the captain of my own ship and drive my own ship. And I'm just trying to take myself to the best possible place, which right in this moment feels like peace. And it's like someone rides in. Like someone comes in to get your attention, or to it even also feels a little bit like to show you a new direction to travel in. I get the feeling of like, you know, when you, what is it, like hitch a trailer to a car or something and the car is pulling the trailer. Like the trailer maybe could move on its own. I'm not really sure if they can do that, but I mean, it's on wheels, I guess, you know, but it's like, you know, and you're pushing it and you're doing it and whatever, and you're making progress, but it's like someone comes in very well equipped to like sort of confidently, or like with a really strong capacity, take you in the right direction. Like, you know, there's a sense of trust there. There's a sense of like, oh wow, you really know what's up. Oh wow, you really know what's happening here, and I'm trusting this vibe. Another really strong part of this reading, another area of focus that I keep getting called to, is the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups. And this is like, you know, anytime I've clung to something, anytime I've tried to force something, anytime I've tried to bend, you know, the universe to my will, or I've tried to control something or to make something happen in my life, make it work out, I have regrets. This energy is coming up a lot in meditation, in readings, everywhere. And so there is this sense of not giving up on what I desire, but giving up the need to control it, so as not to be sitting in regret. With the Death card and the Four of Swords, there's this energy, right, of transformation through healing, but it's also transformation through ease of being, of kind of letting go, of releasing, of not needing to hold on to anything, you know. I have found myself telling the story of the Four of Swords a lot lately, in readings, in examples, when I'm talking to my friends. I don't know, this Four of Swords energy just keeps coming up. And it's been coming up since I read that King Arthur series, and I wonder if the things are related, but anyway, the universe works in funny, mysterious ways, and I accept it and embrace it and invite it in. The Four of Swords is a story of, you know, the soldiers that would go out to war, to battle, like in King Arthur's court, and they fought with swords, you know. They were the type of bravery. I really love those books. Bernard Cornwell wrote them, and it's like, if you're interested in that subject matter at all, it's just brilliantly written. The first 90 pages were pretty hard to get through, but after that, it was like the best book series I've ever read. And a lot of people feel that way. But with this, it is, you know, to go into battle and to fight like in that type of intimacy, and to, you know, where you have to go mentally to handle that, you know. And in some sense, you know, life can feel like a battle. Life can feel like a war, you know. Life can feel like it just keeps coming at me. I can't get any relief from it. You know, it's just like one thing after another. This hurricane season is sort of starting to feel that way. Everyone is kind of on pins and needles like, oh, I think there are going to be more. I don't think we're done yet, because hurricane season doesn't end until the end of November. And the Gulf has been very active, and it's very hot over there, the water. And so, you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking. You get really fatigued, and you get really like, oh my God, we just survived the last one, and it was like this. And I mean, just that feeling, especially when they come at night and you can't see them and you can hear them, and they're very loud and they're very powerful, you know. And it, you know, it's not a normal experience, and it does kind of have you on pins and needles, and you don't know where it's going to go, and you're watching the wobble tracker, and you're watching the wind speed and the millibars of pressure, and, you know, keeping track of it, and you're in this heightened state for days, you know. And you know, just trying to figure out what plan is the best plan to have. And it's kind of like that, you know, we face these kind of moments in life all the time. Or even if you have survived like a narcissistic relationship where you've been on pins and needles and you've been getting gaslit, and you don't know what reality really is anymore, and you don't know who you are and where your boundaries are anymore. This Four of Swords is such a critical place. You know, when the soldiers would come back for war, before they could assimilate into their community, they had to come to a place of peace with what they had faced. They had to be able to release it. They had to be able to let it go. They had to get the cries and the smells and the sounds and the feelings out of their being, you know, so that they could come back and be a husband, to be a father, be a brother, be a son, you know. And with the Death card here, it's almost like an exclamation point. It's almost like an intensification of the energy of like, you know, that part is dead. That part, we can let it go. We learned everything that there was to learn from it. We survived it. You know, instead of saying it's been a string of hurricanes, just that one's done. I can let it go. You know, we came out great. Like, we're thankful, we're blessed, we're fortunate, you know what I mean? And there are less fortunate, and we're trying to help those people, you know? But like, we can let it go. And then if something new comes, we have a full cup, and we're calm, and we're coming from our best space possible to face whatever it is. And this is really important, because if you don't do this, what happens is you carry that past energy forward. So, you know, let's say you were in a relationship with a narcissist, and let's say you were gaslit. You most likely will get in another relationship with a narcissist, because you meet the person and it feels familiar. It feels like, oh, okay, you feel comfortable, you feel familiar. Right, what is your comfort with at this point? Narcissism. That's what you know, that's what you have experienced. So when you meet someone that feels comfortable right away, and you trust them right away, and things just move right away, they're probably a narcissist if you just got out of a narcissistic relationship. You have to be willing to go slow. You have to be willing to sort of let things authentically reveal themselves to you with that Page of Cups. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom of the deck, but you have to let things authentically unfold, you know, because, and you have to completely release that past energy and let it go and heal from it, and release it, and release yourself from it, and release yourself from the triggers of it, to be prepared for what someone is offering you. And if they're not a narcissist, you know, you can be easily triggered, you can be easily, you know, kind of suspecting or looking or feeling skeptical, you know. Until we are really able to let it go, and really let bygones be bygones, and let the past be the past, and really embrace the future with our most authentic self, it's really hard to have a different experience, you know? All of that being said, Pisces, I feel there is a very steady incline here, or climb, or a very steady progress here, where you are you are in your authentic self. You are in a space where you are ready to embrace what someone else is offering you. You're ready for the soulmate that's coming in, clearly. And you are becoming a vibrational match for them, with them, as you're moving into this space. In the center of your spread, you have the Two of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. And this energy keeps coming up. I think it's come up like the last 3 or 4 days, where I just feel someone is, you know, it's that the Two of Pentacles is that question, you know, is that choice between love and fear. What are we choosing here? And it seems like with the Page of Swords, there's this energy of like, I'm watching, I'm waiting, I'm taking things in. And when I come to this place of having observed enough to feel that I know who you are, or I know what this is, you have the Chariot with the Nine of Swords. It's not that I am not afraid, and it's not that I'm resistant to fear. It's that I can be afraid and do it anyway. I can be afraid and also see enough here where I see that we're equally matched. I see that we have the same vision. We have the same plan for the future. Our version of what success looks like is the same. We're moving in the same direction, and I see the potential, and I see that this is worth it. You know, there are no failures. Life is not about the results you gain. It's like I can put my fear aside because I know that whatever the outcome here, whatever happens, I see so much potential. I see that we can progress from just syncing up with each other to this movement towards success in a real relationship. And there will always be a part of me that's a little afraid to take this leap, or a little afraid to make this commitment, or a little afraid to go down this path with someone. But courage is acknowledging the fear and doing it anyway. You know what I mean? If you feel like someone's a narcissist, do not do it. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you share a vision, when you share a plan, when you feel like the other person is equally yoked, when you have observed this person and the choices that they've made, and you're satisfied that this person chooses out of love rather than fear. When you have had a chance to kind of get to know this person and kind of daydream about this person, or envision a future with this person, or kind of imagine what it would be like being able to move forward in this situation, and you're comfortable with it and you feel good about it, and the sense of imbalance of going back and forth, is this going to work, is it not, is it worth it, is it not worth it, you know, what am I going to choose, love or fear, blah, 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 you know. When that subsides, and with the Page of Swords, you have observed, and you have that aha moment of, okay, I've seen what I need to see. I know what I need to know in order to take this kind of leap of faith. You know, I can authentically show up for this. What can you tell me about the Lovers? Okay. With the Lovers, you're getting the King of Wands, the Empress, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. This is a very interesting combination. You know, I feel like this is someone who really does know what they want. And I feel like there's somebody who's really willing to go for what they want. They have the, you know, the Five of Pentacles. Every energy is on a spectrum, but because we have the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles, so that's progress, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So that's just my reason for saying this, okay? Is that we all have the same fears, really. You know, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We are all, you know, as different as we all are, at the core of the core of the core of the core, we all sort of hold the same kind of fundamental fear. And, you know, we have a fear of abandonment. We have a fear of rejection. We have a fear of not being good enough. We have a fear of not being worthy. We have a fear of, you know, intimacy. We have, you know, we have these fears, okay? Sometimes, you know, we all tarot cards, right, and all human energies, right, are on a spectrum. So some of us, it's more intense than others of us, right? That's highly evident in our attachment styles, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, please Google it. It's one of the most important things to know about, I feel like, especially when you're dating and stuff. Because it is one thing that you can change. You know, you can go from an anxious avoidant or a dismissive avoidant or an avoidant to a secure attachment. You can move in that direction. So it's something you can actually put the work in and make progress on. So it's not that someone is void of fear, right? We see the fear. We see the fear in the Two of Pentacles. We see the fear in the Nine of Swords. We see the fear in this Five of Pentacles. When we have fear, but we come from an abundant mindset, like we feel that things generally work out, or we feel that we are capable of making things happen for ourselves, or being successful, or, you know, whatever, then our mindset is not one of fear. Our mindset is one of love and abundance. But we acknowledge the fear. It's not, I am afraid. It is, I am feeling afraid. I am feeling the fear. It's a very different thing. We're not self-identifying with the fear. We're not reducing ourselves down to our fear. And overly identifying with it. We are acknowledging that as a human, as a spiritual being having a human experience, fear exists. And we sometimes feel it more than others, right? And anytime that we're facing coming together with a soulmate with all of these sixes and this lover's energy, it does bring up fear. It does bring up past experiences where things did not work out, or past times where we felt rejected, or we felt locked out in the cold, or we felt, you know, unable to be seen or loved or heard or neglected or whatever. And, you know, the counterbalance to that, right, is that I will give what you give. I will not put myself out on a limb. I will not overgive in order to make something work out. We learned that lesson here with the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups. We're not doing that. We're not saying, you know, I just can't let go of this. I need this to work so bad that I'll just give and give and give and give and give. Because, you know, the 5, right, is a very imbalanced number. You can't balance a 5 out. With the 6, it's a very balanced number. And imbalance does not survive in the universe, where balance is, you know, what we're always seeking, what we're always moving towards. So if something stays in balance, then it can be sustained by the universe. If something is out of balance, it will not be sustained. It's not sustainable by the universe. So we have this energy here where someone knows what they want and they're willing to go after it, but they're also aware of their own humanness, and they're also aware that they don't want to be getting themselves out on a limb. They don't want to want something or desire something so much so that they give up their power for it. And when you're talking about a King of Wands and an Empress, you know, we all want the Empress, right? We all want to be the Empress. We all want to be with the Empress, you know. The Empress is that kind of magical being who, you know, literally nothing is impossible. She's the ultimate creator, the ultimate manifester. And, you know, when you're with someone like that, you just perpetually have the sense that everything will be okay. You know, I say this about my husband all the time, that like, even if God forbid we became homeless, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it would be, and I don't think about things like that, but I know that whenever I look at him, I just know it's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay, you know? And that's kind of when you're with the Empress. That's sort of the feeling that you get, because she's infinite. She's infinitely creative. She will always find a different answer. If that answer doesn't work, she'll find another one. She always comes out on top. She's always abundant. She, you know, she always finds a way. She can always tap into the abundance that always exists in the universe. And she knows that there is always more than enough, and she will always remind you of it. And so, yeah, we always want to be around people like that. And with the King of Wands, it's kind of like this person is acknowledging that they're feeling this, they're sensing this in this connection and in this relationship. And so, you know, they're willing to put the work in. The Eight of Pentacles, they're going to try to master themselves. They're going to try very, very hard to maintain a sense of balance in the connection, and to not give in to the fear that always exists, and not identify with the fear that always exists, and to choose love, and to choose abundance, and to choose that, you know, this will all work out. And the thing about the Lovers card too is that angel above, and it feels like, you know, we can't separate ourselves from fear completely. We just can't, and it's probably not in our best interest to do that. We have fear for a reason. We're wired that way. We're meant to be that way. But one of the best things, that being said, when we start to feel the fear, when we start to notice the fear, when we start to sense the fear, one of the things that we can do is ask for divine guidance. You know, if I'm afraid, if I am in danger, please guide me, please lead me, please protect me. If I am, you know, feeling fear and that may be leading me to be reactionary or self-sabotage or whatever, please help me to calm this fear. Please help me to find the balance, and to learn where that feeling is coming from, and to, you know, release a wound, or, you know, nurture the inner child, or, you know, do what needs to be done to move through that space, to not identify with it, to not let it wreak havoc, to basically hold on to my power and not be distracted by it. Interesting enough, I'm just going to point this out, with the Six of Pentacles, you now have all 5 sixes in the tarot deck. So there's definitely, you know, and they came out boom, 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 and then to clarify. So that is a very, very, very important synchronicity or sign. If you see sixes, if you start noticing sixes, it can be where it's some kind of confirmation that you are syncing up with a soulmate, or that, you know, the soulmate may be getting close if you haven't met them. If they are someone from your past, they may be coming in to communicate. There may be a lot of intense energy happening there. You may even find that you have like dreams about this person. See, I kept saying this person's afraid, but they're going to do it anyway. They're going to take a leap of faith anyway, you know, because they see such a strong compatibility here on what the vision is, that you share the same idea of success, the same long-term goal or long-term strategy. You know, they see you as someone being very balanced or very stable. You have the Six of Cups there. This is something that, you know, I think this person, their mind keeps coming back to you and keeps feeling this feeling of, you know, yesterday's title was like, I want to give you the world. And, you know, with the Six of Cups, it is this energy of like, you know, wanting to be the best version of yourself, to be able to give that version of yourself to another person, to be able to like explore the world from that space, and from that space of togetherness of you're your best version, I'm my best version. It's kind of like namaste, you know. With the Magician here on the bottom of the deck as well, this is like coming from a place of of empowerment. It's like I'm taking this leap of faith with confidence, and I'm taking this leap of faith with confidence because I feel this is a soul connection. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop feeling like I want to just give my absolute best to the situation. And with the Magician, I know I have the tools to make this happen. I'm coming from a place of confidence. I'm coming from a place of power. The Magician, the Fool, and the Chariot, this is intense. This is, and it can't even be that this relationship is bringing out this part of me that's confident, this part of me that's sure, this part of me that's like, yes, I'm taking this leap of faith. I absolutely have to. I absolutely must, you know? That is our 6th 6. Just putting it out there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, a Scorpio, a Gemini. I think I've said all these things. Some Leo, Cancer, yeah, Sagittarius. Wow. 7 6s. That's an intense energy right there. I think we should Google that angel number. I'm going to real quick and I'll tell you what it says. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, you guys. The angel number 666666 or whatever, 7 6s, is a sign of support and love from guardian angels. It can represent balance, love, and beauty, and can be a reminder to find balance in life, embrace unconditional love, build confidence, nurture relationships, seek spiritual growth and awakening, find balance in career and finances, find harmony in domestic relationships, receive divine support, shed self-judgment, reconnect with unconditional love. It's a sign that you are divinely loved and supported. Wow, how freaking beautiful. Wow. So you have here with this, I'm clarifying this 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune energy. And you're getting the Strength card and the Knight of Swords, which I actually absolutely love this combination. First, this is Libra and this is Leo. And Libra and Leo is like one of the most famous pairings of the zodiac. Like they just get along like a house on fire. And you have the Lovers and you have Temperance. This is just utterly gorgeous energy. So, you know, this is kind of saying to me that in the past, there is this energy of, you know, I tried to force things to happen. I tried to control things to happen. I tried to make things happen. And I have a lot of wounds to show for that choice, for that decision. You know, I have a lot of things that I learned from those experiences. And I have gotten kind of banged up and beat up, and I've had to put myself back together again a couple of times because of that choice that I made, and I'm no longer willing to make that choice. I'm also not willing to sacrifice what I desire, what I'm looking for. I haven't given up on it yet, and I'm not about to give up on it now. I am instead of ending up in a space of regret, I am making the most powerful choices that I can. I am choosing from a space of my highest and best with the Lovers card. And with the Knight of Swords and the Strength card, I will not let fear stand in my way. I will not let lower vibrational energies or conditions or the conditioning of my ego or programming from these past wounds to prevent me from experiencing this, which I cannot give up on, this desire to love and be loved. With the Temperance here, I will let it happen organically. I will let nature take its course. I will let it come together in its own time. I will not force. I will not cling. I will not make it happen. It will or it won't. And if it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I will not try to control it, regardless. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I trust myself. I believe in myself and my ability to speak my truth and to hold my boundaries and to go for what I want to go for. Oh man, yes. The Death card, again, Judgment, you see? This is really closing a door on the past. With the Two of Wands and the Judgment, the Two of Wands is like where we come to that crossroads where we're like, okay, I can continue to drag the past along. I can repeat this cycle. I can choose it again. Or I can let it come to a complete end and I can choose something wholly and completely different. I can allow my past to be a bridge to my future, but I can also let it go and never look back. And with Judgment, it's like I'm rising above. How do I really want to say this? You have the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And the Five of Wands can represent external interference. And, you know, external interference can be our programming, can be what we've learned, can be our past hurts, can be our past pains. The Five of Wands can also represent, for me, it's a heart chakra blockage sometimes. And even a kind of a throat chakra blockage. It's, you know, your heart and your throat are very, very, very connected. And especially with that Knight of Swords there, it may be that one of the things that you have struggled with in the past in relationships is being able to say what you need and holding a firm boundary for yourself and holding the line for yourself and not letting people kind of convince you to move your line or to, you know, give a little bit here or there, you know. With Judgment, it's like, it's almost an acknowledgement that the decision or the choice to answer the call of life, and to kind of step into your highest and best and to like own your own power and to allow yourself to rise beyond the past limitations or the limitations that the past kind of held. It's a choice that you make on your own. It's a decision that you hold space for. It's kind of like a lot of us in life reach a moment where we say, you know what? I do not want to be this wounded person that keeps experiencing these same kinds of experiences over and over again. This is it. I draw the line right here. I refuse to do that. I would rather be by myself alone, healing, growing, learning, expanding spiritually, than to, you know, put myself out there and be in another relationship that teaches me the same lesson that I've already learned or takes me back through these same triggers, these same pains, this same kind of experience, different name, different place maybe, but the same hurt, the same suffering, right? And, you know, a lot of times when we make a powerful choice like that, I always think of that choice as kind of being the space between the Tower and the Star card. You know, it's like everything is kind of falling apart, and you know, I know that I'm going to find the strength to kind of put it back together again. I know that I'm going to find the hope to be optimistic again about the future. But right here in this moment where it's all fallen apart for the last and final time, I refuse to do this again. I will heal whatever needs to be healed. I will face it. I will sit with it. I will sit with my discomfort. I will not react. I will, you know, I will learn everything that I can possibly learn from it. I will lean into the shadows instead of running from them and caging them up and trying to pretend like they don't exist. I will acknowledge my own fear, but I refuse to operate from a space of fear mindset. I will, you know, it's that powerful choice, that powerful space. And so for Pisces, I feel like a lot of you have already reached this place, or you are reaching this place, or you're working through this right now. And what you get on the other side of this, the type of relationship that you get on the other side of this, decision, and it feels even like for a lot of you, someone who is coming into your life, who is syncing up with you, has also made this decision, or has also kind of gone through a position like this, or an energy like this, or even a decision, a choice. I mean, Judgment and the Two of Wands, you know, it's like, I am leaving the past in the past. I am making the choice to move forward. I am answering the call. I am seeing this as my opportunity to rise above. I will not let things that are external to me dictate to me how my life goes or how I feel about my life. I just won't. And I won't let it interfere. I'm not taking on new blockages around my heart chakra. I'm clearing these out. I'm letting them go. And I am ready to step authentically in to a relationship almost for the first time from this space. That's what I have, Pisces. All right. So let me get you some message cards. If you're dealing with a water sign, love isn't always on time. Please be patient with me. Can you handle my scars? And you are my rose. If you are dealing with a fire sign, it's easier to stay away now than to lose you later. It's heartbreaking. We can't have more than we do now. You leave me breathless and without words. I want to dance across eternity with you. Whoa. And if you're dealing with an earth sign, I still have so much to accomplish before I can be what you deserve. You are always safe with me. I can't face you right now. The intensity between us scares me. And if you are dealing with an air sign, whoa, I want more with you one day. I want to create with you. And I want to be there for you, there to take care of you. Pisces, this is what I have. Very consistent energy coming through over and over and over again. You know, some of you may have a past person coming back and others of you may have a new person coming back, but this is really your story. You know, it is about you, you know, and it is about, yeah, someone's coming in, someone very genuine, someone who's ready to fight for this connection, someone who's released the burdens of their past. Yeah, someone who's solid and stable and you know, ready. Wow, this is what I have for you. I hope it helps. If it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I really do appreciate it all. Until next time, guys. Oh, and I just wanted to say, if you are booking a private reading, you can do that on ElysianLotus.com. You'll choose a time and then it will give you like a form to fill out, and on it will ask, what question are you asking? If you guys could fill that question out. I've had a lot of readings be booked lately that don't have that, and I like to meditate on your question before I meet with you. Some of you that have been coming to me regularly for a long time and don't ever fill it out, don't worry about it. I'm not talking to you, but especially if it is your first time coming to me, you don't have to write a whole bunch, but just something for me to sit with before and like kind of connect to the energy of the reading before I get into the space. I really do deeply appreciate it, and I think it really is helpful for the reading. All right, until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.